Trapped in the blizzard, the Everest rescue that gripped the world. What was meant to be a dream trek near Mount Everest turned into a nightmare when a sudden, violent blizzard slammed into Tibet's Everest region, trapping hundreds of people in freezing, life-threatening conditions. The storm hit without warning during China's Golden Week holiday, a peak travel period when hundreds of hikers and tourists were exploring the high-altitude Everest scenic area. Within hours, visibility dropped to near zero. Heavy snow buried trails, collapsed tents, and cut off communication lines. What was supposed to be a scenic hike quickly became a desperate struggle for survival. Around 580 trekkers, along with more than 300 local guides, yak herders, and support staff were caught in the storm. Many were stranded in camps at altitudes between 4,200 and 4,900 meters, where temperatures plunged well below freezing. Survivors described tunnels of snow forming around their tents, winds that felt like blades, and the terrifying fear that rescue might never come. One trekker told rescuers that they woke up buried under snow, unable to find their boots or see even a meter in front of them. "We thought this was it," she said. "You couldn't breathe properly, and you couldn't move. It was just white everywhere." The storm hit with such ferocity that even seasoned local guides were taken aback. Trails became impassable as snowdrifts swallowed the narrow mountain pass. Helicopters couldn't fly initially due to the wind and visibility. For the first 24 hours, most stranded groups survived by clustering in partially buried tents and conserving whatever food or heat sources they had. When the weather finally eased, an enormous rescue operation swung into action. Hundreds of Chinese soldiers, local authorities, and emergency teams coordinated to locate and evacuate the trapped hikers. Search parties used drones and infrared sensors to pinpoint groups still missing in the snow. Others were reached by ground teams hauling oxygen, blankets, and food. Over the next 2 days, the scale of the operation became clear. By October 8th, officials confirmed that every stranded person had been safely evacuated. Some were treated for hypothermia and frostbite, but remarkably, there were no major fatalities reported. The survivors were taken to nearby shelters, where they were given medical care, warm clothing, and food. Videos shared on social media showed rescuers carrying hikers through knee-deep snow, guiding yaks loaded with supplies, and pulling people out of collapsed tents. The Everest scenic area has now been temporarily closed for safety assessments, as authorities investigate how a storm of such magnitude caught so many off guard. This shocking event serves as a reminder that even in an age of satellite forecasts and high-tech gear, the Himalayas remain as unpredictable as ever. For those trapped high on Everest slopes, it was a chilling lesson in how quickly nature can turn from breathtakingly beautiful to brutally unforgiving, and how teamwork, courage, and swift rescue efforts can make the difference between tragedy and survival.